It may be December, but folks, ladies and gentle cars, it's time to finish October. For those of you who didn't know, my name is Farkle8000, and we're down to the final rounds of the October competition. Rounds 3, 4, and 5 will be run right here. And here are your competitors still in it to win it. 17 competitors, I believe, are set to race. We have 2 4-car races and 3 3-car races in round 3. Our last 4-car races of this competition are in this round right here. In terms of storylines at this point in the competition, they're pretty much wrapped up. I mean, the biggest thing that we're looking at, of course, is the win of the competition. But other than that, I mean, you got Polar and Elliott advancing. They are below the cut line. Elliott, though, already has a win, so not looking too much at him, but looking at Polar, he was, I believe, 75 points coming in. Probably going to be gaining a lot on the cut line after the Bugs DNF. Nothing to talk about the championship, as Demon was eliminated in the last round, in round number 2. So we know he's going to have the points lead. I think it's going to be around 40 points, but we won't know for certain until we're done the entire competition. Yeah, that's basically it for storylines. The only big major storyline remaining is who's winning. We kick off round number 3 and this video from right to left with Emerald, Bronze, Mixer, and Benz. Benz in lane number 4 is the first of 2 New Yorkers to have advanced to round number 3. And it looks to be Benz with a slight lead, maybe with Emerald now flipping. Is Benz? Mixer's on his side. It looks like Bronze is off the track, scraping to the finish line. They'll all stall out. And, oh my god, what? For the second time in this competition, we're going to have a quadruple DNF. Oh my goodness, look at that. Emerald, the only one in his lane, but you see Bronze right there is right into the side of him. Look at that. That is unbelievable. What a mess. We'd never had a quadruple DNF until this competition, and now we've had 2. Essentially bookending the competition in race 1 of round 1 and now race 1 of round 3. Oh my goodness, look at that. It looks like Benz is just slightly further ahead of Bronze, I believe. And yeah, there we go. There's your results. Nobody is advancing, which means we might have a top 4. I'm going to have to talk to the series about how exactly they're going to be playing this. Is it going to be a top 4, or are we sticking with the top 2? But no one in this race is advancing. Ben's the furthest ahead, but it doesn't really matter. No one crossed the finish line. And so they all DNF. No one is worthy of advancing to round 4. Welcome back to the final rounds of the October competition. Sorry for the lengthy wait. For you, I think we'll only put it down to a few seconds. But it took us quite a few hours talking and trying to figure this out. But the Diecast competition series has chosen to keep the finale at a round 5 and a top 2. The biggest reason that they are doing that is because they don't want to change it mid-competition. And I know what you're probably thinking, well, you did that for a top 2. And this, what's the difference here? Well, it's because there was a So if we have another quadruple DNF, then we would be forced to have a top 3. So next up, we've got Abstract, Interstate, Rookie, Polar, and T-Rextroyer. And it looks to be Polar slightly, T-Rextroyer falling back. Interstate flips on his roof, he bounced off Abstract. Polar's in the lead, he bounces and will hold off T-Rextroyer across the line. Interstate is flipped on his roof, he is gonna DNF, which is really, really rough and unfortunate for him. Finished 4th in a competition earlier this season. He was having such a great competition. Really wish he was able to make it to the finish line. But unfortunately, he DNF'd the competitor. He hit Abstract. Comes home in 3rd. T-Rextroyer was starting to fall behind through that transition. And in the end, it bit him as he was too far behind to catch Polar, who advances to round 4. Next up, we've got Drafter, Rookie, Nervehammer, and York. And York in lane number 3 is the second and final New Yorker who advanced to round number 3. And it looks to be a relatively even start. York a little sideways. Now he flips on his roof as Nervehammer's in the lead. Here comes Drafter. He's challenging at the line. Nervehammer will hold on and get the win. York is flipped on his roof. He'll DNF. For the first time ever, we had multiple New Yorkers advance out of round 2. Unfortunately, they both DNF. Benz was furthest ahead in that quadruple DNF to start this round. York right here had the lead, then wobbled a little bit just before the transition. I think he overcorrected, and that led to him just flipping quickly onto his roof. I thought he hit Nervehammer, but the rookie keeps it calm, cool, and collected, even with a late challenge from Drafter. Nervehammer advances to the next round. Next up, we've got Voltage, Rookie, Elliot, and Lego. And it looks to be a relatively even start, clean through the transition, except a big bounce for Lego. It's Elliot in the lead, he bounces, here comes Voltage, but Elliot will hold on across the line. So far, it's all rookies advancing to round 3. In this one, it's Elliot who holds off Voltage. Lego, my sneaker pick, unfortunately bounced just a little bit too big, scraped her spoiler on the ground right there, and just couldn't regain the speed in order to catch up. If she had kept it clean, I think she easily could have challenged for either second or even the win. Voltage came so close to winning this one, but he gets beat out by Elliot. This is the final race of round number 3. It's a 3-car race containing Splitter, Dual Fueler, and Rookie Strip. And it's Strip with a slight lead coming through the transition. He bounces. He got on the side of the track. It's Splitter in the lead. Dual Fueler bounces. He passes Splitter. And Dual Fueler will take the win. Dual Fueler was kind of hanging around there the entire race. He snuck by Strip as he clipped the wall. And he motored his way past Splitter, as I don't know what happened to Splitter, but Dual Fueler just hit the gas and drove right on through. Dual Fueler takes the win, advances to round number 4. And here is your Fast 4. We have 3 rookies and 1 veteran, 2 competitors who have won this season, 2 competitors who have never won in their career. Who advances, who doesn't? I have my thoughts, but I'll need a moment to collect them. Folks, ladies, and gentle cars, welcome back to the October competition. I have gathered my thoughts on who I believe will advance to round 4, advance to round 5. This is round 4. I have my thoughts, so let me share them. For race number 1, it made me realize that deja vu is a very real thing. I'm taking Nerve Hammer to win that race. The deja vu I'm talking about will go back to the final rounds of the July race day competition. It was Nerve Hammer versus Polar. Polar had the edge, and then Nerve Hammer flipped to going forwards and got the win. Nerve Hammer's been running forwards ever since. He swears by it. He's not changing. And for the second race, it's not my brain talking. I'm just gonna be real. It's not my brain. It's my heart. It's what I want to happen. I've got Dual Fueler advancing in race 2. He got so close in September. He just made a mistake. And this time around, he hasn't been as fast, but still been pretty strong. He had a pretty good race in the last round to advance to this round, and I really want Dual Fueler to win. I'm so tired of looking at that stat, seeing him having 6 second place finishes, 3 of them being damn near consecutive late in 2022. I want this diecast to win a competition, and I really, really hope that he gets to the final round in this competition in order to truly have that chance. But there you have it. Those are my picks. Luckily, we don't have to wait very long to see if I'm right. So, let's get racing in round number 4. 4 drivers and 2 spots are up for grabs in the top 2. This is round number 4, and we kick it off with 2 rookies, Polar and Nerve Hammer. They've gone against each other before. Polar wants revenge. Nerve Hammer wants a chance at his second career win. Who is the first competitor to advance to the top 2? And it looks to be Nerve Hammer, maybe a slightly. Polar a little slow now. He bounces big as he begins to fall behind more. Wobbling a little bit there as Nerve Hammer takes the victory. Nerve Hammer is the first competitor to advance to the top 2. I can't say I didn't see those results coming. As much as I want Polar to finally break through and get that win, Nerve Hammer is one competitor who has beaten Polar before, and I felt it wasn't happening in this one. And I turn out to be right. Polar eliminated Nerve Hammer, advances to round 5, and becomes the first competitor to the top 2. One race remains in round number 4. It's another 2-car race, but this time we've got a rookie and a veteran. We've got Elliott and we've got dual fueler. Only Elliott has one. Dual fueler has the most second places of any competitor, tied with 222 actually, without a victory. He wants to change that, but he has to go through Elliott, who has 3 wins on the season, who in this race joins Nerve Hammer in round 5, and it looks to be a relatively even start. I don't know who's ahead. A little wobble from both competitors as Dual Fueler's now doing it down the track. It's tight as they cross the line, but Elliott will take the victory. We're going to have a repeat winner in 2025. They're both rookies. Nerve Hammer and Elliott make up your top 2. We'll be back in just a second to explain how round 5 works and to introduce to you your top 2. In what was supposed to be the Halloween competition, the now October competition has been everything but civil and 100% horrifying. We've had 2 quadruple DNFs. We've had many incredible wrecks. Unbelievable finishes. The points lead is changing hands, and folks, ladies and gentlecars, we're down to the top 2 and the final round of this competition. They're 2 rookies, and so I hope you're ready to meet them, because I'm ready to introduce them. Starting in lane number 1, it's Nerve Hammer. He missed the first 5 competitions of the year, but ever since then, he's been rolling on rails. He's been unbelievably strong. He was decent in May and June. He broke out in Race and Land. He won July, and Nerve Hammer, who currently sits 114th in points, is looking to claim win number 2 in his career and on the season in this competition. But he's got to go through a competitor who's not only won once, nor twice, but a competitor who's won 3 times this season. Of course, I'm talking Elliott. Elliott scored his first career win in May, then went out and won June, and then somehow won September. Elliott has been outstanding recently. He currently sits 15th in points. He's wanting to get closer to that top 10 and to move his way forwards even more. So now, as competitors begin to make their way up to the start line, how does one of them win this competition? They're going to line up in their respective lanes. Lanes 1 and 4 respectively, and then race down the track. Whoever wins that first race will be noted. They'll swap lanes and race again. The first competitor to score 2 in a row will be your winner. We'll swap lanes each time until a race 9, and once we reach a race 9, it is a one and done. Whoever wins that race, doesn't matter if it's your second in a row or not. It is worth noting that we have never gone to a race 9 in a regular competition, and that every competition since June, including Race and Land, has gone further than their original allotted races. For the regular competitions, it's 2 races. For Race and Land, it went 5 instead of 4. And so it's possible that this one goes for a long time. But now competitors are lined up at the start line, prepped, and ready to go. Nervehammer's looking for his 2nd of the season, and his career. Elliott is looking for his 4th on the season, and 4th of his career, who takes the advantage after race 1. It looks to be a relatively even start. Maybe Elliott slightly in the lead. No major wobble for each competitor. They're clean down the stretch. It's tight across the line. It's Elliott who takes the advantage in race 1. Elliott is the winningest competitor this season. He proves he's got the skill to increase that number even more. He sits at 3. He just took the advantage from Nervehammer, but can he close the deal in the next race? Nervehammer scored his first career win by trying something different in race number 2. This time around, I'm not sure if there is anything different to try. He's seen how slow he is going in reverse. He's been running forwards this whole competition. He's got to hope that Elliott makes a mistake in this race. And with how the last competition ended, it's not an impossible ask. Drivers are lined back up at the start line. They've swapped lanes, meaning Elliott is now in lane 1 and Nervehammer is in lane 4. Elliott has the advantage. Nervehammer needs to make magic happen in order to take the advantage for himself and to force this to go longer than 2 races. It looks to be a relatively even start. Maybe Nervehammer wobbling the most through the transition. Elliott's wobbling down the track. Nervehammer is there, but Elliott will cross the line for his 2nd in a row, and Elliott is your October competition winner. Every one of his wins, except I think his first actually came with 2 races, but his last 2 have come over 2 races. This time he gets the job done quick, and Elliott is your winner. He's easily going to be the winningest competitor this year. If only he was more consistent. Elliott has had such an inconsistent season. I think he could have the championship. I've been trying. I'm not sure if I've actually said it out loud to the camera, but I know that I've been thinking since he won the April competition that Elliott was going to win the championship. Unfortunately, he's just a little bit too far behind now. But if only Elliott was more consistent, he'd have the championship. It doesn't take away, though, from the fact that he is a 4-time winner in his rookie season. Before I move on and talk about the points, I do want to shout out Nervehammer, though. Put up a heck of a fight. Unfortunately, there wasn't really anything he could do. He could have tried going in reverse, but it's unlikely that would have worked, as we know he's better in going forward, and so, I mean, who knows if it would have made a difference. Maybe that's something he can try in his round 1 race of the next competition. But Nervehammer put up one hell of a fight, a really good run here for him, but unfortunately he just comes up a little bit too short. And now let's get into the moment we've all been waiting for. The points standings, here they are. We will talk about the top 10 in a moment, But look at the top of the standings. Demon has it. Comic now sits in second. Roadster's number has been taken away. We feel that Roadster is just a little bit too far behind, so Roadster's unofficial bid for a championship is over. However, if anything major happens to Demon and or Comic, then I think Roadster and even Mock as well would be right there to challenge and possibly steal this championship. Demon, it's been written on the walls since the very start of the season. Demon won the March competition. The March winner has gone on to win the championship every year except 2020 because the champion that year did not compete. Demon, your March competition winner for 2025. Does the prophecy come true once again, or does Comic or somebody else steal the glory for themselves? I'm not too sure, but Comic is 41 points behind. The end of round one of the November competition will definitely be interesting, but look at the top 10. It is now 56 points at the bubble. It was 14 coming into this competition. Now it's 56 points. Carrera is now on the cut line. She was leapfrogged by Splitter. Virtual, I said he needed to have a really good competition. He had a decent competition, gained around 15, 16 points on the cut line, so not bad. I think it's going to take a miracle to take Stingray or Voltage out of it. And speaking of a miracle, 208 points. I'm sorry, Mama, that I just said that. But, oh my goodness, the bug. He was in the top 10. He was 10th in points. Plus 14. He lost a ridiculous amount of points with that round 2 DNF. Minus 208. He's on this list because, well, we're showing the top 15. If this was last year, we would actually take him off the list because 208 points is just a ridiculous number. The bug has had such a good year, but unfortunately he's been plagued by 2 DNFs. Also, shout out to Shifter in 15th place, pulls up minus 212 to the cut line, but he started the year, relatively inconsistent, but now he's begun to really pull himself forwards. A great run here for Shifter, up to 15th in points. You can see Chomps down there as well at 24th in points. Another competitor whose season has unfortunately been plagued by a few DNFs. He's actually got 3 DNFs on the year. 2 of them came during the DNF policy, and that's gonna be it. That is the October competition. I hope you enjoyed this competition and the style that it was released as well. Moving forwards, we are uploading the competitions in a much different way. As we have been doing it, we have been showing every single race that we have run, but with it being December 6th when I'm recording this, hopefully December 7th when it's being released, the November competition has not started recording. We have 3 competitions left, and so this season will 100% be going into 2026, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But we're finishing the year, but not in the way that we have. We are instead going to be running a highlight. So instead of me showing you every single race, which is upwards of 100 races, I'm instead going to be showing you the highlights from each round. The races from the top 10 competitors, the championship competitors, and then any other race that I saw that I found to be interesting. Any crazy wrecks, any epic finishes, any crazy results at all. That is kind of how we're going to be doing it moving forwards for the rest of this year and possibly into next year as well. That's definitely how we're ending this year. You can let me know in the comments on this video if there's any competitor that you would like me to show in those videos. My friend does not have to comment Chomps, because Chomps will be one of the competitors I show, because I know he'll want to know how Chomps does. But if you want to know any competitor, how their race goes, let me know in the comments below, and I will show them in the next video that I release on this channel, which will be the highlights of round number 1 of the November competition, and that will do it. It's December, but this was the October competition. Congratulations to the Rookie of Elliott for scoring his 4th career win in his career and on the season. And folks, ladies and gentle cars, until next time, my name is Farkle8000, and we'll see you later.